two men at the far post on Mark.
The whistle goes. The 20 times record equalling champions, Liverpool Football Club. This is our DNA. This is who we are. This is what we are all about. The Premier League champions. Mönchengladbach in Rome. Tommy Smith's header. Kevin Keegan's last game. Istanbul 2005. 20 years today. Stevie G, Cara, Rafa Benitez, Sami Hyypiä, all here at Anfield for this one today. And now, on May the 25th, 2025, Liverpool are crowned Premier League champions. Virgil van Dijk at the moment is applauding all the Anfield Road end and the Sir Kenny stand. The presentation will be coming out shortly in this one here today, when Liverpool legend Alan Hansen will get the trophy off our special guests today.
I think the linesman must be his last game. We've seen this linesman quite a few times. He got a massive big hook from Arne Slot, and he's waving at the crowd to saying well done.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so he must be retiring. So,
and although Jurgen Klopp handed the baton down to Arne Slot, and Arne has done the business for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remarkable, quite remarkable.
It is, and he can build on it now. Hopefully, he can get rid of some of Jurgen's tools, and he can add some new additional tools to his toolbox.
And the boys are going down to leave the field momentarily, but they will be back on shortly. Nobody is going anywhere here today, and they will get that Premier League title. Although I said before, I was one of the fortunate ones when we lifted the title in 2019. But as well as I enjoyed it and I felt very emotional, it wasn't the same. Today is going to eclipse that, because the fans are here and we're doing it in our cathedral.
Yeah, but no. Look, football's nothing without fans. We've heard many a manager saying that. So but at the end of the day, when you do things special, you want your fans who's been with you through thick and thin there, and we've got it now. When COVID was here, it was stupid, horrible million times, and we couldn't do that. We've done it in our own little houses the way we wanted to do. But this is what football's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done to the Palace fans as well. They were applauding the Liverpool players as well. They've had a wonderful season winning the FA Cup.
Oh yeah, so pleased for them. They are good fans in London. You look at them with the special fans within London, but so-called smaller club. But yeah, delighted to see them win the FA Cup.
We can see Aldo now with his red Liverpool tie on. And Aldo, I've got to ask you this one. You've seen it before. You've seen Liverpool win leagues as a fan, standing up there, cheering Liverpool on, spending your hard-earned pennies. You achieved the ultimate ambition by winning league titles and the FA Cup as a player with your beloved Liverpool. Now you've seen him do it on co-commentary.
Yeah, and it's the second time in 5 years. Yeah, but I remember when we drew it Leicester last game of the season 0-0, and it was the famous one where Shankly was there. I was over there in the Kop. You couldn't get into the middle of the Kop in my main position, and it was what you seen now. It's a different stadium then, but it was like that. It was so passionate, and every one of the fans were singing Shankly, 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 and you could see people sing, and you could see the faces and what it meant and what he meant to the moment, and we obviously won the league, and it was emotional. See people crying, singing Shankly, and look, we were very fortunate in my days to be a bit blasé because we won the league year in, year out. But to go the years we didn't win it was bizarre. But now we're back, well and truly back on our perch, has to say.
Yeah, love it. And for someone, some of these players, like the likes of your Ryan Gravenbergs of this world and Diogo Jota, players like that who are going to win Ibu, a title for the first time. I mean, you were well adverse to doing that. You achieved that with your beloved Liverpool, the team you love, the team that means so much to the bottom of your heart. You bleed red inside out, you do. And you did it. You can tell these players. What did it feel like? You won that in 87-88, that brilliant team with Barnsley, Peter Beardsley, Ray Houghton, Macca, Ronnie Whelan, Jockey Hansen.
Yeah, because that's what we were brought up to achieve. And when you play for Liverpool, you want to be part of the team that carries it on and wins the league, the bread and butter, as Shank said, and we did that. So, you know, a lot of relief, but a lot of enjoyment along the way with the team we had, and to see it in the fans' faces when we lifted the old trophy up was immaculate.
If you wonder what that roar was there, folks, so basically they're getting ready now to put the stage together on the halfway line, but before the stage is getting carried on now by a variety of different people here, they unveiled a big banner which is on the centre circle. It quite simply says, from left to right, Premier League champions and the trophy, big letters, champions. And you know what, Aldo? Champions is what it's all about. We love winning the European Cup. We've got 6 of the best. Hopefully we'll try and go for number 7 next year. But you know, as the great man, one of your heroes, Bill Shankly, one of all our heroes, said to us, he told us, didn't he? He said, it's all well and good doing well in the cups, Europe, but our bread and butter, and he pointed to the league title, our bread and butter is this.
Yeah.
And we've got 20 now.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, not just 20. You got the European Cup, Champions League, it's called now, is very close to our hearts. You know, we're very proud and was distinguished to won 6. You know, and no one's anywhere near that in English football, which puts us way out above. Take away all other cups are great to win, but they're the two big ones, and basically we're untouchable. And you know, when as young bragging rights goes a lot, not just in this city but in England. You want to be the best, and Shank, you say you want to be the best, and you strive to be the best, and we are the best at this moment in time, and for some years to come, hopefully.
And You To Me Are Everything, that song, of course, that was synonymous with Jurgen's departure last year, that wonderful video that Phil Reed put together at the end, and the fans were singing along there and stuff. But it's time for a party very shortly. The stage is getting set on there as well, and it's absolutely wonderful, you know, what we're going to do here, because the trophy is going to be brought out initially by our community representatives, Mark and Joe McVeigh from the Owen McVeigh Foundation. And many years ago now, they lost their little son to leukemia. And the work that Mark and Joe do, also with the LFC Foundation, you know, they help well through the football.
Yeah, a lot of people involved in it, and the art school.
Now the first award is going to take place on the pitch now. Aldo has done this as a Liverpool player. The Egyptian king Mo Salah has been given the golden boot now. Mo Salah is on there. His daughters have gone out there with him to collect. And Aldo's former strike partner at Liverpool, Rushy, is going to give him the award. Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very special. You know, it's when you're playing as a striker for Liverpool or any club matter, you want that boot. I always wanted that boot in a red shirt, and I managed to do it in that 88 season, 87, 88 season. I was so proud to lift it up, because I did it not just for myself, but mainly for the fans. The fans first of all, and my teammates and the club. Yeah, it's a great moment.
Frightening, actually, although I'm not going to predict how many Rushy will.
It's also Mo Salah with 18 assists.
Yeah, so they're running out to the assist one he got as well for this, folks. A record Premier League involvement, goals and assists in an entire season. Unbelievable, the Egyptian king. It was massive we got him to stay, wasn't it?
Under what was going on with the 3 players, the question marks, yeah, of course. You know, you want continuity, and you've got to build. You know, and you've got to build with your biggest players still at the club, and we'll see who comes in. But yeah, you know, he'll have someone else behind him next year. So it won't be here.
A big roar for the serial winner, Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king. We love him. Big applause for the Liverpool legend. Ian Lush, is he an Aldo look-alike, or is Aldo a Lush look-alike?
No. We're all our old selves.
You both scored incredible goals for this football club. That's without a shadow of a doubt. No doubt about that. And they're getting the stage ready now. This is going to be special, this, of course. you did that. It was the Southampton game, wasn't it? It was quite. I remember it as a fan because I used to have a season ticket behind Kenny's dugout. And back then it was dignitaries of the Football League. I think it was a guy called Jack Dennett who used to come out every year and present the award in the end. And that was a game before we actually got the trophy before we played Southampton that day.
Yeah, it was bizarre, wasn't it?
That was a 1-1 draw. You scored for us that day as well.
I can't remember.
It's the Saints, yeah. You scored. And in the end, but the Kop are taking over now, the crowd are taking over. Also going to have a special mention, Aldo, because the opening of the new upper tier at the Annie Road end as well has made a huge difference to the crowd.
Oh, the atmosphere with the extra, what is it, 6, 7, 8,000, whatever, and they come to the table as well. They do get behind the side, especially like today was, you know, the crowd was excellent today, but I think when we went down to 10 men, you're seeing the way the crowd can get us out of trouble and drive the players on to get an equaliser, which they did.
Bring on the champions is the shout. So great, isn't it, as well, folks, to Aldo as well, get Aldo on this, to see a lot of youngsters in the crowd today. For them, it's probably one of their first championships to see Liverpool win the title. Remember the great comedian Stan Boardman used to say, you know, years ago, the dads used to baptise the sons and daughters on the Kop. Brilliant, isn't it? It's so good as well, and it's amazing, isn't it? 20 years on from Istanbul to see some of the legends in the crowd. There he is, the great man, Jurgen Klopp, who was singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" before kick-off. It seems so apt that man is here today, Aldo, doesn't it? He was the one who handed over the baton, the reins to Arne Slot.
Well, he was a major part of us building where we are now. Don't forget, we lost out 2 seasons when we had more points than what we had now. You know, which is Man City was just ridiculous. So yeah, you know, it's great to see him. You know, he's done so much for the club. You know, without him getting the players in and building us to where we are, we wouldn't be here. So the foundations were well and truly built for Arne to go on and do it. Although there was a lot of work to be done as well.
I think we're getting close, Aldo, to our right-hand side where we look from the 6th floor, high up here on the main stand gantry. All the photographers and local journalists, social media people are all getting ready. And it says in the middle of it, Premier League champions, the banner behind very shortly indeed. Alan Hansen, jockey as you know him, Aldo, he's going to get some reception, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a guy.
You know, he was struggling, he had major health issues, and we were all delighted for him coming out of that. And now for him to be the AD, and over he's won 8. He's won 8.
Wow.
You know,
I mean, he was a Rolls Royce of a centre back. The way he used to dribble the ball out, Mr. Cool, he used to call him.
Well, he was, wasn't he? And you know, sometimes he could dribble his way into the opposition 18-yard box. You know,
he didn't seem to break a sweat, but his positional sense was amazing.
But he read the game so well. And I played against him on about several occasions for Oxford and for the Republic of Ireland.
And he did score a couple of goals.
And you know, he just seen things. When I'm looking for the ball to go in behind, he just seen it before, just dropped off. He's seen where the ball was going to go, and you know, he read the game like a book.
And you know, on behalf of the former Players Association, of which Aldo is the chair and does some great work, you know, I've got to mention that, as we mentioned before about some of the legends in the crowd, you know, rappers here today after Istanbul, but the former Players Association at Liverpool, the work you do for the charities you do, but it's quite unique, isn't it, what you do when you all get together. You've won so many trophies together. Yeah. And you're so proud of what you're doing today.
Well, we are, because it's for the former players. Without the former players and helping them out medically, when we wouldn't be here talking about, you know, what we're seeing now.
So the pitchside celebrations, the party will commence very shortly indeed. It's an incredibly special day, this one. Each and every one of us in red will remember this for the rest of our lives. We'll be back for the trophy presentation, but what we're going to do now, we're going to hand you back down to pitchside to the great man, Mr. Mark Benstead, and the crew.
Thank you, Steve. I think the party has well and truly begun. I don't know about being about to begin. It's underway already. It's been underway for most of the afternoon, if we're being honest. We'll forget the football for a moment to focus on that. We're massed in our thousands. Robbie with us now as well. I'll bring you in a sec, Rob. I'll start with you, Tomo. Just in terms of the atmosphere that's built and built and built, and the anticipation that's in the cup just now, that's in all sides of this stadium.
The excitement of it is just incredible because, as we've seen all afternoon, we went 1-0 down, but it's not changed the volume of the support. And I think they're all just desperate now. They want, and I know they did it last night, and they had to have a rerun of putting all this stuff out. And now the realisation that Virgil van Dijk is going to get his hands on the Premier League title is just absolutely sensational. And it's a special moment in our lifetimes.
The big trophy is only a few minutes away, but some of the awards have already been handed out. We saw Mohamed Salah on the pitch getting the Golden Boot Award and the Player of the Year Award as well for the Premier League. Robbie, as a goal scorer yourself, can you put into words his contribution this season, the numbers he's delivered?
Well, I mean, it's hard to put into words, isn't it? Because he just delivers year in, year out. And since he come to the club, you can't argue with his stats, you can't argue with what he's delivered. His goals, his assists, his performances have been incredible. I think he's probably not been at his ultimate best the last few weeks, and understandable because obviously the motivation's probably not there as what it was. They won the league, but most still wants to score a goal. You see the celebration, you see the players' celebration in terms of what they want him to do, and he's been incredible for Liverpool. And obviously this season, he's been the focal point, hasn't he, for everything that we've done this year. Because he's delivered the numbers so consistently, I think sometimes people underestimate how difficult it is to do it. You've been in that position, you've been the man who's had the responsibility of doing that, to score as many goals as he has done at this level, in this league, with a level opposition. Can you give us an idea of just how tricky that is to do? I mean, it's unbelievable. You've mentioned a word there, it's obviously consistency for him. Consistent year in, year out, he's scored, he's delivered, he's obviously been the assists. And you think when the seasons come and go, you think, well, maybe people will try and work Mo Salah out, but he haven't. And Mo Salah keeps delivering, so that gives you more of an inkling of what Mo Salah's about as opposed to the opposition, because he wants to bet himself every single year. And he said himself, players now can play till they're 39, 40, and he's got the body, the physique to get better and better every year. So we all want him to sign a new contract, obviously, because we know that he can play for years and years. And if he keeps delivering on the platform that he's doing now, why can't we be here next year talking about what he's achieved and what Liverpool have achieved again? Jay, it's not just the goals that Mo has brought to this team, it's also that desire, isn't it, this season, that determination to get the title. He said that was the thing. He came back off his holiday, he says, I want the Premier League title. You need players to drive the group on.
It's his leadership, and I think on and off the field, his leadership's incredible. He talks and he doesn't know what records are here or what records are there. He knows. Like Robbie will be able to tell you that as a striker, you know what records are there for you to take. He wants to be the main man. He wants to score the goals. He wants to get the assists. He's been absolutely phenomenal for me. I think he's an incredible player, an incredible team player. The work rate that he's brought to his game now, he's added that to his game, I believe. But the manager's kind of done to a system now to where he gets more licence to not come back and defend, but be ready when we attack. And I think he's reaped the rewards of it, because look at the numbers that he's added to his list now. Yeah, and Jason, this club is about players weaving their way into the folklore, and he's very much done that.
Absolutely. I couldn't hear what the lads were saying because it's so loud in here, to be honest. First time I have never heard Phil Thompson. In a dressing room, the loudest voice we can hear is Phil Thompson. Hello.
Do you know what? I just felt sorry for Jason. I thought, hopefully he goes to Jason.
But I tell you what, sorry to butt in, but Jason, hold your tongue for a minute.
Well, I don't even get to answer.
To come. I'm not being... to have your say. We're going to hand back to Aldo and to Steve up in the gantry, because they are going to describe the thing we've all been waiting for. The boys are in the tunnel. The trophy is very soon going to be heading out and be lifted above Virgil van Dijk's head. Over to you, Steve.
Thank you so much, Mark. Liverpool Football Club is all about silverware and the unique togetherness we all have together through triumph and tragedy. With the fans behind the team, Liverpool Football Club are a formidable force. And as the great man Bill Shankly said, this trophy, this is our bread and butter. This is the one that counts. This is the one that matters. Right, are you ready? At the moment, the Premier League trophy is being carried proudly from our community team by Mark and Joe McVeigh, two of the most beautiful people you will ever meet. Wonderful work what they do. The trophy will then be given to Alan Hansen, jockey, club legend. Alan Hansen, unbelievable. 8 league titles Alan Hansen won, 600 120 appearances. Jockey Hansen won for Liverpool. The trophy has been placed on the plinth by Mark and Joe McVeigh. Alan Hansen is just behind them, and the Liverpool players will be on here very soon indeed. Although this is where it gets, isn't it? Incredibly emotional.
Yeah,
It's amazing. You've got tears in your eyes, haven't we? It's amazing.
The McVeigh Foundation is well, we've been involved. The ex-players foundation, and what a job, and such a sad story. But it's a lovely thing for Liverpool to do and promote it as well. Football's all about the fans. We keep on saying that.
So the team are about to enter the Anfield Stadium. Here they go, led by Arne Slot. Number 20. This is our DNA. This is what it's all about. Liverpool Football Club, 20-time champions. It's incredible. All of the boys are out below them. The last Liverpool player out will be the skipper, Virgil van Dijk. Who will get that trophy? Off Alan Hansen. Virgil van Dijk will become the 11th Liverpool captain to lift a league championship with Liverpool Football Club. There is the big man out at the back, I can see. Aldo, what must Virgil be thinking of there?
You just want to say, give me the cup.
On the slots first up, big roar. He's up there, getting a hug. Jockey Hansen waits patiently. Absolutely brilliant for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp wildly applauding from the stands alongside Steven Gerrard. Brilliant. All the boys are going up, the young lads, the likes of Tyler Morton as well from the academy. Alisson has got his red champion shirt on. Big handshake with Alan Hansen. Alisson Becker. What a season he's had. What a season for Cody Gakpo too. The Dutchman who's behind him. And Ibu Konate. What a birthday present it is for Ibu Konate today. Dominic Szoboszlai is next. What a season he's had. He's been absolutely brilliant for us today. Followed by Curtis Jones, the proud Scouser as well. Wataru Endo. You can rely on that little fella, can't you, every time. Absolutely brilliant contribution from Endo. Every time he plays. Harvey Elliott coming up. Vítězslav Janos, our Czech goalkeeper, who I mentioned played his part with a great save against Crystal Palace in the win at Selhurst Park. Harvey Elliott, Federico Chiesa, when he came off the bench at Chelsea. He's got that medal. Joe Gomez as well. Don't underestimate Joe Gomez's part. That wonderful performance when he came on for the injured Konate against Brighton. Andy Robertson was out there as well. A proud Scot he was next to. Alan Hansen. Conor Bradley as well. What a season for Conor Bradley. Jarell Quansah as well, who's played his part. Ryan Gravenberch might have been shown red today, but it's probably the only thing he's done wrong. What a season Gravenberch has had for Liverpool. He's been amazing. Diogo Jota going up there for Liverpool as well. We remember Jota. He's got his Portugal flag with him at goal against Everton, the winner. Luis Diaz, that wonderful song. What a contribution he's made. Maybe the best Argentine, as the song suggests. Alexis McAllister will follow him. Darwin Núñez as well. Always has the support of Liverpool fans. We'll never forget that moment he had against Brentford. Kostas Tsimikas as well, the FA Cup hero as well. Big applause for Trent. Alexander-Arnold as well, who pumps his chest as he gets the applause of the fans. That's nice to see in this one here. Listen to this, Mo Salah next up. The Egyptian king, the unbeatable man who keeps breaking record after record. And last but certainly not least, here we go folks, you know it, Virgil van Dijk. He follows in the footsteps arms of Jordan Henderson. He gives Alan Hansen a big hug. This is an incredibly emotional moment here at Anfield as the crowd are ready. The players with Arne Slot already on the podium. Alan Hansen gives the Premier League trophy to Virgil van Dijk. He makes his way to the players. Virgil van Dijk waits. Here we go! Liverpool! Premier League champions yet again! Number 20! It's magnificent! It's what this club is all about! The foundations were built for Liverpool to achieve moments like this. Arne Slot has taken Liverpool to even greater heights. This time, the fans are here. This time, it's special. Let's soak this in, everybody. You'll never walk alone. This is absolutely magical. This is what it's all about. This is our football club. This is our stadium. This is what Liverpool Football Club means to everybody all over the world. I'd like to dedicate my commentary here today as the players take their turns to doing it. I'd like to dedicate it to the memory of the 97 who were always with us. Dan Kay, it was a wonderful man, applauding the local community. John Dawson as well, rest in peace. And we remember Liverpool legends as well, like Ron Yates, who we lost, who would be as proud of man as anybody, the Colossus. This is all about celebrations though. All of the players taking their time and taking their turn to lift the Premier League trophy. Aldo alongside me is almost in tears. We're all very emotional here on the gantry because this quite simply is special. A large amount of Crystal Palace fans, by the way, have stayed behind to applaud Liverpool, the Premier League champions. It's unbelievable, it really is. I'm sure there's some tears pitchside. I know how emotional the King of Kirby, Phil Thompson, Jason McAteer and Jay Spearing are going to be down there. This is great, isn't it? This is brilliant. This is so good. It really is. I'm trying to keep our composure here, but this is special. The players dancing to Dua Lipa, who will be performing here at Anfield in the summer, of course. All the players getting the trophy. It's party time. These boys deserve it. They've given absolutely everything there is to give for this football club. And all the fans all around me here today are enjoying a special day to behold, which they will never ever forget for the rest of their lives. Because 20 years from the miracle of Istanbul, we are joyful again. This is really something special to behold. The players will do a lap of honour shortly. Now Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson leading the crowd chant to Dua Lipa One Kiss. I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? What an anthem that's been so synonymous with Liverpool Football Club, winning trophy after trophy. It's great that Istanbul legends, Rafa Benitez, Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher amongst those here today, and Jurgen Klopp, who was singing You'll Never Walk Alone before kick-off, bouncing up and down in the stands. Arne Slot has a big smile on his face, and rightly so. Arne Slot, take a bow. What he's achieved is magnificent. And although you have to say very quickly, I know you're emotional like myself, it's hard to talk, isn't it? But what Arne Slot has brought to Liverpool Football Club is incredible, isn't it? What a job that man has done. He deserves a bow.
Absolutely, without him we wouldn't be here. But I love watching the way we celebrate now, the way times. It's like being at a concert, a winning jubilation of a concert. And look at the players. That's why you do it. You see, this is the first time You know, we've seen it the last couple of times when we've won things, the way we celebrate. It's a thing for the future. We've shown the world how to celebrate, or football world how to celebrate. This is the way, you know, and this is the way forward. They'll all do the same after this.
All the players, like it was against Tottenham. Here comes the trophy. Shout to the crowd as well. Big roar, shout to the Kop. Wonderful scenes. The players dancing on the crossbar at the Kop end as well. This is absolutely wonderful. We're going to have the anthem again. It has to happen, and it will happen. What a way as well for the voice of Anfield, George Sefton, to bow out after over 50 years service in Liverpool Football Club. But the players are getting ready in front of the Kop. It's going to be a special moment, this again. Absolutely brilliant. Now the players are doing Mo Salah to the Kop as well. Absolutely brilliant. As Aldo rightly said before, and it is a fact, isn't it? This is what we're all about. Football is nothing without fans, and together, although the fans and the players, even John Henry's wife Linda is jumping up and down, I can see out there as well. It means so much to everybody. But Liverpool with the fans, Aldo, are a very formidable.
Well, it's togetherness, isn't it? You know, it's just they're all lifting the cup and up in front of them, and they're getting the respect what they get for the, you know, for what they've done for the club this season.
Absolutely brilliant. All the players getting a chance to do it. Trent does it as well and gets a good reception off the crowd. In the end as well, going out, leaving Liverpool a Premier League title winner, his second title with the football club. Of course, great scenes for all of the players there. There's going to be a trophy parade to match all trophy parades tomorrow. You can be sure of that in the city. It's going to be extraordinary. Incredible though, Aldo, isn't it? 20 years on, the Istanbul spirit lives on very much here.
Yeah, we certainly know how to do things at this club. We certainly know how to celebrate.
Yeah, we do it the right way. All the players, Ibu Konate, what a birthday. He will treasure this one. Throwing the trophy to the Kop. The Liverpool players with beaming smiles of pride on their face. All of the boys are doing it. McAllister, Alexis McAllister, probably the best Argentine, as the fans suggest in that song with Messi and Maradona. Luis Diaz as well, with the Colombia flag under his shirt as well. Absolutely wonderful moments for each of these individual players to do this, and it's brilliant.
Do you know what? One thing you can say, no one's left the stadium. There's no one walking out. So everyone wants to, you know, make sure they were here for all the moments from the last second. And to be fair, 70% of the Palace fans watched it up till the last few seconds. So.
Yeah. They have. It's amazing.
These you don't miss these. The kick off of the season. This is the culmination of everything. This is the pivotal thing at the end of the season. All the games, all the minutes, all the seconds that you go through. This is it. This is the outcome.
Harvey Elliott now getting a turn to throw it into the Kop in the end. Absolutely brilliant. Each individual player getting the chance to get the Premier League trophy and celebrate with it in front of the Kop. Brilliant. Cody Gakpo as well, what a season he's had. I mean, he followed on from the Euros, hasn't he, with the goals he's got.
He's got better as he's gone on,
Tremendous stuff. Darwin as well, Darwin Nunez, that vital contribution away at Brentford as well. Little Wataru Endo as well, big cheer for the Japan international, Aldo. He's a player that never lets you down.
Who's that?
Endo. You love him, don't you?
Well, you see how respected he is from the fans when he got the cheer when he come out. You know, he's never let us down.
And a big
he
word.
He hasn't had a lot of game time.
Big word for your Irish cat. Quaveen Kelleher is just a big cheer.
Yeah, super.
When Alisson was injured, he's come in and made some big saves. Brilliant applause there. Federico Chiesa, a Premier League title
winner. Don't forget about it. Some of these. This is the last moments for the 4 or 5 of these, probably. You know, for next season they won't be here, you know, so they've got to really enjoy this and take everything in.
They're absolutely treasuring it, aren't they? Each and every one of them, beaming smiles, and now the party can start again. Jumping up and down the players. It's incredible, it's a party time right in front of the Kop. It's fantastic, all of the players jumping up and down together. Honest lots in the mix, somewhere in that mix as well. You'll Never Walk Alone will come on very shortly indeed. Aldo, quite simply, what an incredibly special day.
he's saying. Look at me cans on.
Amazing day. All the players celebrating in front of the crowd. I think the tears might still be there for the likes of Phil Thompson, the King of Kirby, Jason McAteer, Jay Spearing, as proud as anyone. Those three will be down there. What a day! It's unbelievable, but this is what we do. Just listen to that noise as the players celebrate in front of the Kop. And unbelievable. What a day it has been from Anfield today. Liverpool, Premier League champions, yet again.
How good is that? The Liverpool manager in front of the Kop, lifting the Premier League trophy, and now the players can really start to enjoy this, and that man can enjoy this. Trent Alexander-Arnold would have been worried maybe about what kind of reception he would get today, but Robbie, the way Trent's been taken by the supporters today, sensational, exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of disappointment last week when the news got announced, but today it's all been about celebrating Liverpool as champions and celebrating Trent for what he's done. We can't obviously say to people, well, do this, do that. People will have their own opinions of why they should do them or why they should celebrate them. But today is all about celebrating, and rightly he's getting the accolades that he deserves today.
Fantastic contribution to this football club. Jason, just talking about the fact that Trent has got such a good reception today. He got that warmth, he got that embrace. Amazing to see Trent taken back into the hearts of the fans today.
Tomo touched on it at the top of the show. It's not us. It's not us to abandon one of our own. He's come through the academy, what, 20 years? 20 years at the club. That's remarkable. And, you know, they give him the send-off he deserves. It's absolutely remarkable. It's just amazing. He's got the trophy now. The fans are brilliant. Yeah, they should be proud of themselves.
We've shown a bit of class.
Yeah,
and that's what it's about. It's not just about Trent. It's about the whole club, all the players. And I think the crowd have just got it spot on tonight.
We spoke about it pre-match, Jay. We spoke about the fact we missed out on this in 2020. We didn't get this moment. We didn't get these pictures in quite the same way. It really hits home on a day like this, doesn't it? Just exactly what we missed out and how special this is.
Honestly, like it's really hard to put into words because it's an unbelievable scene. I've never seen a home support when they can see the goal sing louder and go wild when the opposition score a goal, and then to go and experience it being the Kop and at half time, it was like a carnival, and then to get that goal, but to see, like you say, touch on Trent, he's had the respect and the 20 years. He's a legend when it comes to the academy. He's done things that he represents the academy in an incredible way. He represents the club in an incredible way. And he deserves this send-off. What an unbelievable day for the team, for the club, for the manager, for the staff behind the scenes that no one sees. It's been unbelievable.
Absolutely fabulous contribution and rightly recognised today. And these scenes, Tommy, we're at what, maybe 20 feet away from the players now. Gather the trophies, again, 20 feet away from us. This is what you play football for, isn't it? As a player, you want moments like this.
It's for moments like this. You've got to understand, it's about the late Sir John Smith said Liverpool is about winning trophies. And we've delivered again today. Not just the team, but the fans. Just listen to this at the moment. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, let's take a moment just to sink. Let this sink in as the players gather just around the edge of the 18-yard box. Kop ends. As You Never Walk Alone breaks out. wow and wow again. I have heard many a rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone around this football stadium, but I don't think I have heard many renditions of that song quite like Tomo. You're tearing up.
Honestly, I've heard it so many times, and it's been sang very emotional ways, Hillsborough, and this is a coming together. This has just been quite sensational, and it's what makes our football club so special, and it's everybody together.
Everyone is feeling the emotion now. Jason, I can see you're going as well. That was special. That was special. You go. You gone.
I went. I've gone. Yeah. No one does it better, do they? You know, it's not just overnight they've won this. It's over 9 months. It's absolutely amazing. Sorry, I can't hear you. That's why I was drifting across. It's 9 months hard work. You know, and it's been since COVID. We've waited for this moment, haven't we, as fans? And I think it gets emotional because you shared it for me, with Robbie, with Tomo, Jay, yourself, the team. It's emotional for them reasons as well. Amazing, amazing.
Okay. You're right, Virgil and Alan Hansen are posing in front of the cup with the Premier League trophy. What a nice touch that is. Great spot, Robbie. I think that moment, Robbie, kind of almost sums up this football club as well. It's the past and the present together. The guys who have played for the football club aren't forgotten at all. You're part of it, you've kept part of it.
Yeah, I think it's what we do. I mean, I know you mentioned before about Jacob being all emotional. I mean, I was emotional when Alan was bringing that trophy out. You know, we know he's had a bad time the past couple of years, and thankfully he's of much better health now. And to see him celebrating with obviously Virgil, the current captain, is absolutely brilliant. And you know what? It's what we want to do. It's what we want to see. And you know what? Long may that continue.
Yeah, it's fabulous the way that the ex-players are kept at the heart of things at this football club, and on days like this it really comes to the fore. Players making their way around the pitch behind us, you can see them in shot. It all gets a little bit chaotic on days like this, and understandably so. The players will do a couple of laps of honour, and hopefully through the course of that we'll get a couple of boys across to speak to us as well. Jay, you've worked obviously closely with a lot of the staff there as well. We should maybe take a minute to talk about the work that they do, because we don't see that. We don't see the impact of all the guys who are at AXA week in, week out, day in, day out.
To be fair, the work that goes on behind the scenes is incredible. I think nowadays the way the game's gone, the intensity, the work rate, the amount of games that are going week in, week out. Lads here have probably played like close to 50, 60 games in a season. You know, when the Euros, the World Cups come round, you can play even more than that. You know, there's been loads of talk about whether you're playing too many, whatever, but the scenes that goes on, the second that the boys walk in the door, they've got people that are willing to give them like shakes, the food, the nutrition, the physios, the doctors, you know, the staff, the ground staff. You know, nobody sees, but like whenever the manager sets up a session, he gives it to the ground staff sets up the whole pitch. You know, so there's small things, a detail that goes into a foundation of work. We work them on the 21s. You know, they work so hard on a man, and soon a man has want to chase them around and replicate the opposition that they're going to play to get them ready for the games going in. You know, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see, but these are the boys at the end of the day. They need to go on the pitch and perform and, you know, win the games of football, but there's not a wheel behind keeping them ticking over and keeping them going, and it doesn't work. And obviously with the fans as well, it's one big giant family, and it's an incredible thing, and this is what days like these are all made for. They're incredible. Everybody wants to be a part, and everyone deserves to be a part of it.
Yeah, Tommy, you've seen both sides. You've been a player, you've been on the staff as well. You can't underestimate how important all those people around the team are.
For all the players, whatever they want, they've got such a backroom staff. You know, you go back to my day, we had Ronnie Moran and Joe Fagan, you know, and Roy Evans taking care of everything, making sure that we got fish and chips after the game. But now, the needs of the players is so demanding. Every football club is pushing. So you need the best people behind you. And we've employed some of the best to take care of all the players' needs, to make sure that they don't want to bring moments like this. And that is what helps. Yes, people can go look at the backroom staff there. How much must it cost for all them? These players need it, they deserve it, and when they produce days like this, it's just astonishing.
Do you know as well, Mark, the owners need to take credit as well. You know, we talk about the team behind the team, but they created a sustainable model, but not just a sustainable model, but a successful one. You know, people raised eyebrows at some transfer windows where we didn't bring players in, or one last season, Chiesa, and everyone went, oh, they need to do more, but they know what they're doing. You know, and like Jay said, the team behind the team, they prepare them. It's like a big, massive jigsaw puzzle, and every piece is a piece that makes the masterpiece. It goes in place, and once it's there, it runs like clockwork. The owners, they've created this beautiful stadium. I mean, what a sight, what a sight. The training ground's been done, you know, and it's not easy to find a manager like Jurgen Klopp. They've gone from extrovert to introvert with Arne Slot. They trusted him. There was big names being branded about. Every manager wanted to manage this football club, and they went for Arne Slot, who was a little bit out the box, wasn't it? No one really seen it coming, and they've done remarkable. The owners, the team behind the team, amazing.
I think that's the thing, sometimes we kind of forget in all this, Rob. If we said at the start of the season to people, right, come May next year, we'll be champions, I don't think many people, and I mean people within this stadium, would have believed that, given all the change, Jurgen going, everyone expected there would be a dip, and understandably so. The fact that there's not only not been a dip, but we've been able to achieve this, just makes it all the more special in the manager's first season in this country, in this league.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was one of them. You know, when a manager come, you know, for my own sins, I went, you know what, didn't really know that much about him because I hadn't followed the Dutch league. But then when you sort of look back and look what he's achieved and what he's done over the years, being a manager, you think, wow, it's impressive. So he comes here, you think, yeah, if you qualify for the Champions League, it's going to be an impressive season. But he comes in and all the work that Jurgen's done, I mean, that doesn't go underestimated. I mean, that work is incredible. Liverpool are back on the top table now because of the years that Jurgen's done, what Liverpool have achieved. Arne comes in his first year, and, you know, OK, there was a slight change in terms of how he played at the start of the season. The second half of the season, I think they were probably similar to the way Jurgen played, all that front foot playing with it a little bit vulnerable at the back, but still gung-go in terms of how they attack. But he's been incredible, you know, and Jason alluded to it there about like the players coming in. Everyone sort of stood up and counted when it's really mattered, and we've needed players to sort of stand up at certain times of the year. You know, you look at around the Christmas time when, you know, Chelsea could have had Chelsea won one game and he goes above us, and then everyone's talking about Liverpool as, oh, maybe could do something here. And then we just kicked on again, and then we showed everyone how good we are and how sort of competitive we want to be. But, you know, from Christmas onwards, Liverpool have been phenomenal, and they deserve everything they're getting.
Yeah, phenomenal season by the football club, phenomenal season led by Arne Slot in his first campaign in English football. But it is maybe worth just mentioning, you know, Jurgen is here today, Jay. He left the team in a good place. Now, Arne has then taken that on, the team here have taken that on, but he put the foundations in place where Liverpool were able to not just fall off a cliff when he left. It wasn't all on him, and that has happened to other football clubs. But don't have to go too far down the M62 to see a club that everything fell apart when the main man moved on. So we have to be grateful for all that time, effort and diligence and work and passion that he put in.
Yeah, 1,000%. He was an incredible manager for this football club. He changed many things at this club, but it also takes a hell of a lot for a manager to follow someone like him and to get the players to buy into the next phase. Like you say, there's many teams where a manager's been so influential and then left the club. The new one that's come in's just not been able to find that way or keep that going. You have to give Arne Slot a huge amount of credit to follow someone like Jurgen Klopp of how powerful, instrumental he was and what he did at this football club. For him to come in and to get the players to buy into every single thing that he's done from day one, on the training field, in the meeting room, from travel to, you know, the way he wants to play, it's completely different. That takes a hell of a lot as a manager to completely get every single player on side and to go and do it.
It's like the recruitment to appoint Arne Slot, which was, I think Jason said, was left field. But they looked at him. Amarin was number one choice with everybody. Amarin was great. But as we've seen at Manchester United, he wasn't budging from 3-4-3. No, I'm not going to. And he's still doing it. And what's happened to Man United? So our recruitment, when they were looking at a new coach, they looked at Arne Slot, they looked at his background, they looked at his temperament, they looked at his coaching, and it fitted the bill. And I think going forward, I know you just asked Robbie, it was hard to hear. None of us could have dreamed of this sort of 9 months ago, not in your wildest dreams. To produce this is astonishing.
Just to talk about as well, I mean, what Jurgen done was remarkable. What a roller coaster it was, the 7 years we had. And the club could have gone either way. You talk about Manchester United. We were on the brink of going that way. And he's come in and done brilliant, and they've likened him to Shankly. I think what you talk about with Arne Slot, with Shankly and the boot room, it was like a seamless transition of managers, wasn't it? Because they were here, they were part of the furniture, they were part of the DNA, and they just kept it going. The players created the success, the manager trusted it, and the process went on and on. What Slot's come, he's come in and gone from a different league, never managed in England, a whole new set of players. And you know, that's why I said at the top of the show, I think it's detrimental to talk about the achievements and underestimate how good it was. People are saying, oh, the league's not that good, the teams are not good. Honest to God, this is the most competitive league I think we've seen in years and years. Competitive, right throughout the board. He's done a remarkable job. The club, brilliant, brilliant.
But Robbie, it says a lot about both the managers, Arne and Jurgen, that both are comfortable for Jurgen to be here, to be part of this today, because some managers can be sensitive, can be precious, but no, confident in his own skin, confident in what he's achieved, and the relationship still exists that Jurgen can also enjoy this today.
Yeah, and I think that comes from last year when Jurgen stood on the same pitch, you know, a year ago today, probably, and like he welcomed Arne Slot straight away, you know, get the fans to chant his name and sing really positive songs about Arne and what he could bring to the football club. So I think Jurgen sort of half knew what was happening. He sort of knew how good he was, whereas a lot of us didn't really know, if we're being honest, what he was going to be like. But Jurgen's probably done a little bit of homework. He knows himself that he was sort of leaving his shoes, and obviously Arne was going to come in and fit straight into him. But you just mentioned it yourself, Mark. He comes in and he's fitted straight into obviously what Jurgen's left. And the fact is that they're so comfortable with each other, that speaks volumes for both managers. Jurgen's so comfortable and confident talking about managers now, the new manager. And obviously Arne Slot, because managers can't get pressure, you're spot on. But he's spot on because Jurgen's got Liverpool back on the top table and Arne's keeping them there. And I think as a team and as a club, we've always done it. You know, you look at all the great managers, great players in the past, we've always sort of brought others into the fold that have been here previous and achieved everything, because you know what, as a club we should be doing that, and every manager comes in knows that the history and tradition of this football club and what it's all about.
Jay, I'll bring you back in. You mentioned it earlier about the way the players have embraced what the manager's done and the way the manager's got the players on board with what he wants to do. But that in itself says a lot about both parties, both the playing squad and the manager, that he's used the same group. This isn't a manager who's come in and brought 5 new players in, guys he knew. He's inherited a group and got them to buy into what he wants to do, and he's delivered success with that as well.
Yeah, it's an incredible thing to do, and you know, each manager will have their own philosophy of how they want to do things and how they want to be, how they want their teams to play. And you know, the team had played in such a way for maybe 6, 7, 8 years under Jurgen, and that was the way that they always knew. So for him to come in and implement how he wanted to do things, you know, we talked about it before on air, that, you know, slow the game down, be more controlled in the game, counter-attacking times. But listen, it's an incredible job what he's done. The fans absolutely love him. He's brought success, and that's what comes with the pressure being manager of Liverpool Football Club.
Tomo, you were a multiple champion during your time at this football club. We've now got a couple of multiple champions in that squad, more than a couple actually.
You might get a job next year.
How fitting is it that some of those boys who've been so good, so consistently, have got 2 league titles to show for their efforts?
Do you know what? It's wonderful and it's great, but it's now you've got to be thinking about next season, because that's what we did. No matter how many times we won it, it's you get nothing for last season to move on. And Arne Slot needs to be planning. I think he'll already be planning, because you can't. We enjoy every one of these moments right throughout the decades. We've enjoyed every triumph, but you've got to move on. As soon as this is over, as soon as tomorrow's over, you have got to look to improve this side again, because we've got to go and we've got to have more days like this and embrace everything that happens, because some of those players might move on this year. So I hope they're taking it all in.
We were at the foundation dinner on, when was it, Friday night, and Jurgen spoke, and he spoke about how good a job Man City had done, but in particular Guardiola, to keep them going, to keep the desire, to keep the hunger. And he used to say every season, oh my God, you just keep going and going and going and going. Amazing.
Incredible the way they managed to keep bringing success. Obviously, slightly chaotic scene here as interviews continue around us. it is a movable feast. We'll try and keep you across as much as we can. In terms of that, though, I suppose that is the next challenge, isn't it, Tomo? It's to do it again. It is to try and go again, and that, as Jason says, is not the easy thing to do. But can they make it back-to-back titles? Can we do that again?
And listen, the saying about it's been an easy league, it's because of all the other teams. Every one of them will all improve. You can bet your bottom dollar not one of in the boardrooms will be happy, particularly all the big teams, the London teams and all that. They'll want to improve. So now it's down to these lads and any incomings. Yes, there might be, as I just said, some might be going on, but it's those ones, the challenge is to go again. That's where it becomes hard. That's why it's great what Man City did, to go 4 times. And now it's another cycle, and we've got to be on top of that cycle, and we go again.
Tomo, what was it that kept you going? Like you, I mean, it's different today, isn't it? Leadership management's different.
But it's these days, it's what happens when you do it, and you taste it, you want more of it. And the guys who were in charge, Bob Paisley, Bill Shankly, that was great. But now you've got to go and do it again. That's what greatness is all about.
As a player though, to win it again, there's a motivation from that. You just won it, want to do it that little bit more. Is that the motivation?
It is, without a doubt. It's everybody knows and everyone's a bit. We were Liverpool Football Club. We were even better than these lads, and we had to respond again and go, because every team in the league wanted to beat us. So to go again and go again, to do it even throughout Europe, Rob. European teams. We played Madrid in '81. We were the biggest scalp for them. We were so much superior than Real Madrid.
Go back to the question, Tomo. So, is it easier or harder?
I think it's harder. I think it's harder because with every coming season, everybody wants to beat you. Everybody wants to beat Liverpool. Liverpool are coming to town, and sometimes, as with this team, you weren't at your best, but you found a way, and that's where greatness comes. These will have it next year now. This is not just Liverpool, this is the league champions. And as we've seen the last couple of weeks, everybody wants to beat you.
But if you're a player, watching these scenes, Jay, and you've got the chance to come here, like that, it's hard to say no to that now. That's what helps you.
Get the taxi, get the plane sorted, get whatever it takes to get here. No, because people don't realise how special this club is and what it takes to play for Liverpool. It's an unbelievable thing, and like Tomo said, you want to go and keep this going year on year on. Liverpool is renowned for winning trophies, and they have to be always at the top. You want to be fighting for the best. The Champions League, the titles, the FA Cups, the League Cups. Liverpool want to be fighting. So if you're a player that's been linked with this club, get the jet ready, get the taxis ready, whatever you need, because you can't turn down this club for me.
What I like about these days is you guys have all been there and done it, but you're all like schoolboys. Jason's trying to get his phone out. Tomo's swinging his mic around his head.
Oh. I'll never do it again. I just got to embrace it.
The moments like this, Robbie, take you back to your successes. Those days when you had the open top box, you had the trophy parades, you had those moments to celebrate. Can remind you of the high point of your career.
Yeah, look, as a player, you want to be remembered for winning stuff. I know people talk about money all the time, but I'm not interested in the money side of it, because you want to be remembered for what you've won as opposed to what you've got in the bank. That's what it's all about. And we know, as a player, I very rarely have regrets about anything in life or football. I've seen the players celebrate now. My biggest regret now is I've never won the Premier League or a league with Liverpool, because it's quite simple, because Liverpool over the years and what we've achieved through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, forget the 90s, right? Forget that. But what we've achieved all through the year, and that is one of the big regrets. And I'm watching them, and I'm jealous of it. I'm jealous of it. But I'd like to say, I'm part of Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan. This is my first Premier League, and I'm having it. I'm celebrating it. Why not? Why not?
I don't know, quite right. So, but it just shows you, I think, what it means, because you won plenty here. You won big trophies. You're part of great seasons. But the Premier League is something special, isn't it? It is one that really you aspire to, especially here.
But you know what Tomo was spot on when he said before is this season's finished now. And we as players, we always win stuff, but you're always looking for the next year. So what's happened is gone. And you're always trying to emulate or try and better what you've achieved. And I think that is what this football club and the players have always done. So it's not a new thing, is it? Everyone has always tried to better themselves, and this is why it's probably a great time to be a Liverpool fan, because you know there's going to be players coming in. Sadly, there's going to be some players who potentially could go, but you know what? There's going to be some players who could come and will make this club and this team even better, which is frightening.
It's frightening.
Ever since 1990, for 30 years, I thought every year we could win the league. I went into every season, Liverpool, we could win the league. England, I always thought England could win every tournament. You were let down. And for 30 years, we could never do it. And then we did it in COVID. But 35 years, it's not just they're enjoying it. These are all enjoying it. And that's why you want more and more.
It's incredible what we're seeing around us. I'm not sure how long. The game finished about an hour ago, I think, and everyone's still in.
What game? What game is that?
I don't know.
What game?
Can I get in? Can I join the party? I was standing over on the right wing there, but I didn't even get a touch of the ball or anything.
Give him a cuddle, he's feeling left out.
All the professionalism's gone out the window now.
I was going to say, it's one of those days a little bit where, all semblance of normal TV behaviour has been put to one side, well, everyone embraces that. And it is part of the emotion, and you do get caught up in it, you're invested in it. We're all part of this fabric of this football club in different ways. You get invested in it, you want the success, and when it comes, you want to embrace it. And from a player's point of view, Jason, quite right that they're all enjoying it to the max with their families. You see the kids running around. It's a whole big experience. Make the most of it.
The lads have touched on it. I think you learn a lot about your players, yourself. As a person, I think in adversity you do, like you've got to roll your sleeves up, you've got to dig deep sometimes and go again, and sometimes you don't get over the line, you just got to get up again, keep getting knocked down, you keep getting up. But I think you learn a lot about in success as well, and these moments, I like the fact we won the title early. The players went away, they bonded, they've spent some time together, and these moments are the ones, it's different from when Tomo won it. I'm sure. I mean, we talked about how the Premier League was brought on. The trophy was left on a table in the middle of the pitch, just on a table. I mean, the celebrations now are remarkable, but it's them feelings and emotions, I think, that bring you back as a sportsman. They're the ones that make you go, I want to do that again. This is amazing. And to share them with your kids and your family in this environment, who doesn't want to do it again?
Speaking of the emotion of the occasion, we talked at the very top of this about the response that Trent got today. And he's been overtaken by the emotion. See some of the pictures of him coming across to us, of him in tears at this. I think this will be a moment where really maybe hits home to him a little bit about what he's leaving, although he's moving on to an amazing new chapter in his life and he's been part of so much success. Like you see him now, Tomo, he's walking away from this, and this is the moment where he's sort of accepting that.
This is what I've always said. He will never, don't care wherever he goes, he will never witness the scenes like he's witnessing now. I don't care if it's Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, wherever. It's not like this. This is such a bond between fans and players. You can't get that anywhere else. And he'll miss it. I can bet your life. There was pictures of Stevie Gerrard, Jordan Henderson. Since they've left, they'll be going, my God, did I want that? And you want it again and again.
I'm not saying that he's unhappy with his move now. Do you think when he's obviously seen the celebrations and he's obviously feeling the love from everyone, all the players, do you reckon he's feeling a touch regretful at this particular time?
Isn't he, right now? I think the difficulty for him...
It's real now.
I think the difficulty for him, it's real, it's like Robbie and Jay and myself and Tomo, like, we're all born in the area. I mean, these two even more so, do you know what I mean? So, deep down, he's a massive Liverpool fan himself, isn't he? It's like he's not been brought up in a different culture. He's been brought up in this culture, what this is, and what it means. He's been so close to it. I mean, he must be hurting right now. He must be hurting. But that's not taken away. I think he's doing the wrong thing. That's up to him. But this, I mean, what a send-off, though. I mean, left for that.
It is something special. Robbie, your situation was different, but obviously you left and then came back, so you've kind of seen both sides of it. You've had the chance to be away from this club and then return. If you are local especially, it does have that kind of unique draw, tie, emotion, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I mean, whether you're local or not, in a silly sort of way, I'm glad I left Liverpool. Now, obviously, bear with me because I'll tell you the reason why. It's because I've been at Liverpool from when I was 10 years old, go through academy teams, B teams, A teams, reserve teams, first team, and I never knew nothing else. And then you sort of, I mean, I hope people don't take this the wrong way around, but you maybe take the club for granted a little bit. And then you go to other clubs and you see other clubs, what they're like. And don't get me wrong, I played for good clubs. Played for Leeds, played for Man City, good clubs. You know, Man City's not the Man City we see now. But then you come back to here and you don't realise sort of how good Liverpool is until you've been to other clubs. And I'll stand by that. And it's not me being, you're a Liverpool fan. Liverpool is special, the fans are special. Although other clubs are good, other clubs will have their own opinion of why they think they're best. This place is special. And the reason I'm saying it, I maybe took it for granted, but I get the chance to come home and come back to Liverpool and put that red shirt on. That red shirt on again was by far the best thing that ever happened to me in football. That was better than winning trophies, that was better than scoring goals, that was better than all appearances. Coming back and putting that shirt on and representing the football club again was my biggest and best thing in football.
It'd be fascinating to get an idea of what Trent's thinking as he kind of walks around behind us, taking it all in. I suppose, Jay, for him now, it's about soaking in as much of this, remembering what it's like, keeping it there for when he is a few thousand miles away, playing somewhere else, doing something else.
Yeah, this has been his normal now for the last 20 years. He's been representing the club in an incredible way. Like I said to Jason before, like mentioned before, it's real. When he made his decision, obviously to lead the club, he's done his speech, it was a lovely speech, and then, but you still got games left, so you switch straight back onto the football mode, ready player mode, ready to play if ever needed. But then now that the season's done, the trophy's been lifted, everything's ready to go. Now it's real, now the move is going to go, now he's going to lead the club, and it's going to be emotional. His family are there, all his family and friends are all around it, so listen, emotional day for him.
OK, let's cut off from this now and head on pitch side. Becky Davis is with the captain, Virgil van Dijk.
You really realise that, football is nothing without the fans, and it's nothing without those relationships and that family that we all are, those connections that we all have with each other. And the disconnect of football when COVID was going on and, we were all watching it behind the screen, the fact that we're all standing here together now and feeling those emotions together just makes it 10 times more. Yeah,
those big empty stadiums, thankfully, are a thing of the past. This is an occasion in which the supporters can really enjoy the moments. One of the players who's helped get us to this point is Alexis McAllister, so influential this season. Let's hear from him now. He's out on the pitch speaking with Becky.
Ready? Alexis, scenes a whole generation has waited for this afternoon. 35 years since these fans have been able to celebrate this moment together. How special is it to be a part of it?
Yeah, exactly. So special. This club deserves it. When I arrived to this club, I said that I was here to win trophies, and this is maybe the biggest one that you can get here. So really happy, but I'm pretty sure that this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? Like the club is on the cusp of something very special, and you have more than played your part in that, and the fans have really taken you to their hearts here. Yeah.
Like you said, I think the club wants more, and we will see in the summer if we can build a team to keep going, to keep winning trophies, and that's what we want. So we are really happy today. We wanna celebrate, take our holidays, rest, because we will need it as well. But next season, go for it again.
It's a first Premier League title for you, of course. But whether you're from England or abroad, this is often seen as a dream for players. How does it feel to realise that today?
Yeah, exactly. I love winning trophies, and the Premier League is one of the most special trophies in the world. I've been lucky to win a World Cup as well, but I'm pretty sure that this is special because of the fans, and we are really looking forward to tomorrow as well. We think that's going to be special because when I went back to Argentina after the World Cup, that's when I felt.
Thank you, guys. As you noticed, what we're hearing from Alexis, we switched things in again. I'm going to start with the dream duo, Batman and Robin of the commentary world.
I've been called worse things than that, mate.
I've got to be Robin then, haven't I?
Well, yeah, I think probably, yeah, he's definitely Batman. But the dynamic duo, look, guys, what has that been like to commentate, to describe? You put so much time and effort into calling games for so many seasons and not having a day like this. Steve, have you had to get your head around it yet?
It was unbelievable. I mean, you know, I was one of the fortunate ones to be here when we did it last time, but you went away with it. Although we were absolutely buzzing beyond belief, football's nothing without fans. Me and Aldo and Gaz says it all the time. It's nothing without fans. You see this here. Collectively, what this club is all about is something special, man.
Yeah, Aldo, from your point of view, we see you put your heart on your sleeve every single day. You've had to take a bit on social media over the years. You've been giving it out as well, to be fair. We're waiting for a day like this.
Dave, I've been on it already. Especially the ones from 30 miles up the road there, by the way. Yeah, no. See, I remember... Do you remember when we won the league under Shankly and we drew with Leicester 0-0 and we'd all sing Shankly? I was there, I was exactly there. You couldn't get anywhere near the middle of the cup. It was rammed. And that day was roasting and the heat and all. But at the end of the game, that's as close as we've ever got to what we see here. Because everyone just stayed behind singing songs and singing, you know, Shankly Champions. And there's something that'll live in the rest of my life in the back of me. I'll never forget that moment. It's so passionate. And to see that get replicated against Tottenham at the end and today was amazing. No one else does it like us. And I'm not just being biased. We showed the world how to do it, from music to football to everything. That, and not just the cup, all around. It was, words failed me. It was just amazing.
Yeah, Gareth, you're a veteran of many a game, many a celebration, but this does feel special, doesn't it? When you hear guys like Aldo who've been there and done it. We've had Tomo down here with us for the course of the day, soaking it in, getting his phone out, appreciating it. It does feel this was a pretty momentous day for the football club and in the wider footballing world. People will watch these pictures and go, wow.
Absolutely. Look, it's been 35 years in the making, hasn't it? All of my life, you know, I've been waiting for this moment, and it's been perfect because we got to win it in the ground. Last game of the season, we lift the trophy in the ground. We're all here. It's the 25th of May, which is a very special date in the Liverpool calendar, and it just kind of feels fated. And once upon a time, it felt fated that we were never going to win it. You know, 97 points and it doesn't win you the league. You know, you win the league and it's during a pandemic. It just felt like we were never going to get the perfect moment. Today we got it.
Yeah, something special. I remember, although we did the post-match in Madrid, amazing occasion. I remember at one point you were talking about your grandkids getting to see that. You know, they heard the stories but not really experienced it. Yeah. There's generations who haven't had this moment who will now understand what it's all about. They'll see it in Technicolor now. They've had a version of it, but this is the real version.
Spot on. Do you know, after we beat Tottenham, I went to, you know, a local near home in Gattaca way, and my son was there with his mates and family and friends, and we celebrated. And I was made up, but I was a little bit blasé because I've seen us win 15 of the 20. I've been very fortunate because I'm an old bugger now anyway, 66. But like, I've seen us win. So I'm going there and I'm made up. But these were on a different planet because of what you're just saying, and they've not seen it. And when it was in COVID, and we were all supposed to be locked up, and we went in my son's back garden, setting off fireworks and all that. But we did it in a small way. But they were releasing all the valves out because that was the one moment. Okay, we've seen ourselves win the Champions League, which is mega, but this one, they'd never seen it. And to see them, I was so made up to see them being able to see it and experience it and celebrate it. It was a boss couple of hours that we had in there, and it was only a couple of hours.
Steve, what about for you? Just describing the moments over the course of this season. Again, you've been through this movie so many times. There's probably been so many nearly moments you thought this might be the end. It's not quite happened. Then you have the interrupted COVID season. You don't get that same level of momentum, and it kind of gets delayed. But this season, when was the point during the games when you boys felt, oh, by the way, this could be it?
It's a little bit like, for me, Shanks to Paisley, isn't it, in many ways? Because it's like with Jurgen handing the baton over to Arne, what he's done. There were some moments in the early part of the season for me. I think the win over Chelsea at Anfield, when we had, you know, the Jota injury was a bad challenge that should have got a red card. We had a penalty that never was 7 minutes later, and we won the game. It was a big statement win, that, against the Chelsea team. Arne Slot was absolutely made up with that. An earlier one for me, I don't know if you guys agree, Brighton at home, we were a goal down. We lost Ibu Konate at half-time. And I think that's why Arne reserves special praise for Joe Gomez, because he come on in that second half and he was absolutely immense. He was brilliant. And that Mo Salah wonder goal, when that went in, standing on the gantry, you feel these moments. You felt like everyone pulling together, the fans in that second half. There was a genuine belief there we could do something. That was a big win, that.
It's funny, through the course of these campaigns, after the match in the pubs, punters will chat and debate about the moments and the players, and there are those little contributions along the way. Like, who'd have thought, Vítězslav Jaros playing 12 minutes or something at Palace, making one big save, would help us towards this? Who'd have thought, someone else, Nunes coming on at Brentford, those goals
against Wolves,
yeah,
when he come off the bench to see that game out,
and that's what you kind of need, isn't it, in these title-winning seasons? Contributions from across the board, really.
It feels like everyone's really come together to win us this title. It feels like the manager's squeezed absolutely everything that he could out of this squad, and I think they looked knackered at the back end of the season when it was done, and that's maybe why the results dipped a little bit. But I think the crowds have played the part. The atmosphere has been brilliant this season. That Brighton game, it was unbelievable. And there's, as we've all said here, there's loads of players that have just played a little part, but a big part, if you know what I mean. Even today, to see like the love for Chiesa, who's hardly been on the pitch, but his songs took off. And you could tell he was feeling the love there. That's what Liverpool's about. It's one big community, one big family. It's felt like that today. It's felt like that the back end of the season. And also what's so exciting now is, it just feels like it's the start. We're being linked to all kinds of players. We'll see how that unfolds. But it feels like we're going to strengthen from a great position as league champions, and we're not going to stop. This is the start. It's not the end.
Well, that's the thing. Although we're at a point now where we are in a strong position, you are the ones to be caught, the top dogs around the country, around the world. Sorry, players who might be weighing up where to go next will see this and think, "Oh, fancy a bit of that." And the other teams in the division have got a hell of a lot of work to do in this transfer window. It feels like a lot of clubs will have to do a lot in this summer to get themselves up to speed. So it feels like there is an opportunity for Liverpool to kick on and try and do it again.
I think, but we've got to do the same as them. We're there to be hit now, and it's always harder to retain it. We know that. But as you say, people watch this and watch the way we played, and they'll think, "Oh, I love that." Hey, they'd all watch what's happened there. They'd love to be a part of it, and the way the lads celebrate and the togetherness you could see. So we've sold ourselves today and this season to many great players out there. It's them going out and getting them, and we can't do no more than show what we have here to come here and get involved, and the manager and the team. And I hope we look as long as the owners are willing to go out there, which it seems like they are, and go and give Arnold the money to go and get the players that he wants to fit into his system, more so than these lads, because don't forget, he's done this, won his league with another man's tools. Only Chiesa's come in. He's used another man's tools, so he's got to go and get his own tools now to enhance us and make us better, because teams have actually seen the way we play now, and they can try and make it not easier, but we'll know we make it harder for them now, like Palace did there to a certain degree. So we've got to counteract it again, then give another question to ask, if that makes sense.
Well, on the subject of players who the manager has used so well, Ryan Gravenberch probably the best example of that. We can hear from him now. He's out on the pitch at this moment, speaking with Becky. All different level.
Yeah, of course. If you win something, you want to feel it, that you've won something. And in COVID time, that was really hard to feel that you won it. And in some moments in the last few weeks, I felt like, oh yeah, I have to tell myself that we won the Premier League. But on days like this, when you look around, those are moments when you truly feel that you won it. And that's what makes it so much more special, if you can feel it, instead of only lifting it without the fans.
Phil won 7 league titles during his playing days here. Phil, can you just give Arne an idea of what it means to you as the ex-players to have him deliver another one, to get us to 20 when it's taken us so long? There have been so many different challenges along the way.
I said, Arne, from being a Liverpool fan all my life, since 1990, I thought every year we could win the league, and it never happened. 30 years went by and we win it, and you can't win it with fans. So to produce this, and with respect, at the start of the season, we'd have all been happy with 4th. But for you to do this and produce, go again and again, now you've got to forget about it, because you've got to go again next year.
That's indeed what it is. And okay, to win it 8 times or 7 times, I think that's going to be difficult in the current Premier League, although it was probably very difficult back then as well. But we have to try, and that's already where we are preparing for, because we think we have a very good team, a very good squad. But we've seen last summer that so many competitors spent so much money in the winter. A few spent a lot of money and strengthened the team. So we have to be awake and we have to be ready for us to strengthen the team if we think it's possible. And that's what we're trying to do if the right opportunity is there.
How long do you enjoy it? Do you let the players enjoy it before you say to them exactly what Phil's just said? Next year, boys, we need to do it again. How do you strike that balance between enjoying this, embracing it, but also...
Fortunately, but when a normal person goes on a holiday, he's just enjoying it and doesn't think about running or training at all. But these players need to enjoy throughout the whole day their holiday, but they need to prepare and train as well.
And besides everything, how was Ibiza? How was Ibiza?
Ibiza has been nice, and it's probably going to be nice in the upcoming few weeks as well.
Just finally, then you've got the parade tomorrow to enjoy. Have you been prepared for what that'll be like? Have you spoken to some of the boys about previous parades? Have you had a chance to chat to the staff and say, look, get yourself ready, this is going to be a bit different?
Yeah, no. A few people have told me that it's going to be something you will, hopefully we will experience that again, but it's like these fans are. They are special. Everything Liverpool does is of a different level. And we've seen that against Tottenham, we've seen that today. And I've seen so many teams winning something and unbelievable videos and coverage of that. But probably is going to be, tomorrow's probably going to be next level. At least that's what people told me. And that's also what I expect from these fans.
Next level is a good way to describe it. Anna, brilliant stuff. Have a great night tonight. Enjoy the parade tomorrow. Don't drop the trophy. That's all I'm going to tell you. Do not do that. Anna, brilliant contribution. We'll pass the mic back to Jay.
Anna, well done. Congratulations.
Anna Slot there, pitch side with us here at Anfield, reflecting on this season's Premier League title win.
Hey, will it make me feel $1 million?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, you can thank me for that, Jay.
Thanks, mate.
I was going to say.
See that one up for me there.
How come you didn't get a medal, by the way? Everybody gets one now.
There's still time. There's still might drop when he be on it.
There's still a chance for a knock on the door, isn't there?
I was going to say, yeah. Just listening to the manager, what was that like for you? Just to listen to what he had to say and just to kind of see him bask in today.
I think it's brilliant how cool, calm and collected he is, because for me, I'm a grown man, I'm 49 next month, and when I was up there in the Cop earlier, I was breaking down in tears because this is something I waited all my life to see. And he's just lifted the Premier League trophy, and it sounds like he's already thinking about the next one. And, that cool, calm, that focus, the stuff we've read the last few weeks about how he's challenged some of the superstars about their training and getting them to train even harder and things like that. I just think we've recruited, obviously, an elite manager here, something special. And I think if you wind back a year, we all thought, how's this going to work, walking in the shoes of Jurgen Klopp, who was pretty much a modern-day Shankly. We might have found our modern-day Paisley by the look of things. So let's see how it all unfolds. But yeah, there's something about him, isn't there, to say the least.
Certainly is. Fingers crossed he is. Also get more reaction now from the playing squad. Becky has caught up with Curtis Jones. I love his little girl trying to grab the microphone off him. Tremendous little hand was going out throughout that. It's non-stop here today. We are back and forth hither and everywhere, trying to get as much reaction, give you a flavour as much of what has been going on as possible. It's hard to do it justice, really, because everywhere around the pitch there's different things happening, different people celebrating, enjoying the moment, different faces popping up, but we're trying to get across what we can. Take a moment, let's compose ourselves. And just... I think it's great to see if you're a supporter, because it shows how much it means to them and how inspired they'll be to, as we've been talking about in the last 10 minutes, to go and try and do it again.
It's your reward, isn't it, for that effort that you put in. And I said it at the top of the show. It's you're not giving it for an overnight performance. You're giving it over 9 months performing. And I think as players, you're on your own personal journey through that. You just heard Curtis. He summed it up when he went, I played more minutes and I feel part of it. Because sometimes when you are on the bench, or sometimes, or you are coming on and off, sometimes you can feel detached, and then you've got injuries on top of that, and you don't feel like you can help the team because you're in the treatment room and in the gym, and you're not there, and you don't feel part of it. So you do go on your own personal journey on times like this, but when you're all together as a team and the staff are with you and all the fans, that's when you really. You feel the moment, don't you? And it's all worth it. It's just all worth it.
I think when you're seeing a lot of the players and the celebrations, I think they are all good people. And I think some clubs, and they've suffered because having bad eggs, in their squads, in their clubs, and they can't move forward because they've got these people in there. We don't seem to have that. Yeah, Curtis there speaking so well, so emotionally about being a part of this squad, not just a team. And that is what you grasp about all this, your Mo Salahs, your Virgil van Dijks, the proper good human beings, besides being great footballers, and they play for Liverpool Football Club, they're good people, and that's what you need in a dressing room to succeed. You don't want divisive people, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. Your Paul Pogbas of this world and your Aubameyangs at Arsenal, you're not going to get anywhere. We don't have them, and not having them makes us better, and I think that is so special. And just to think about the fans today, not one fan came on the pitch. Out of all the celebrations, not one fan entered the pitch. That is a testimony to the fans.
I think you have to look at the testament to the squad as well. The fact that, like, you know, the meals that they go on, every single player goes to a meal. Like, you know what I mean? So that shows, like, you've got no bad eggs, you've got no people that, you know, don't want to be around the group. Every single meal or, like, team bonding thing that they do when you go for a meal, whether you go for, you know, obviously Dubai and Ibiza and whatever, the whole squad and the clique is there together. And for me, that's a huge sign of, like, how the group works. And, like, no one values people higher than other people. They all see themselves as level. You know, they've all played their part in winning this championship. And even the staff, you know, the staff have all travelled away together. And I think that's one of the big ones. But yeah, I totally agree with Tomo. The fans have been a class act today. They've all loved it. They've all been a huge part of it, and it's been a real good celebration.
Do you know what I loved as well? I mean, Tomo, Jay was talking, and we just had Billy Hogan when he come over. He was close to tears. Billy Hogan, you know, and this is a guy who works for FSG. He's obviously, you know, he's here. A big capacity on the business side of things, and what it means to him.
And it is, listen, we're here, we're part of LFC TV, and as people get critical of the hierarchy at our football club, you have to look at how our football club has improved under their stewardship. It's been quite incredible. Yes, we would all like them to spend more money, but they don't do it beyond our means, and they bring the right people in, whether it's players or whether it's coaching staff, and people move on. They know the club has to move on, and they've made tough decisions, and maybe they haven't spent it, but they've spent it wisely when it's needed to be done. So them sharing in the emotions, some people might go, what are they doing on it? They've every right to do it, because you look at that new stand, you look at the Annie Road stand, this stadium is wonderful, and we didn't have to move.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
I don't know if I can just say.
Hold what you're going to say for just a second, Jason. Look, come on. A couple of people have just chanted your name from the comments. Be happy for the season. As for today, well, yeah, today's been pretty special, hasn't it? What an afternoon it was. Goodbye.
Liverpool's leader is about to do what he's waited all season to do. This season is Liverpool's season. It was always Liverpool. Liverpool Football Club are champions again. They did win the championship in May, and for the 20th time, nobody does it better than Liverpool Football Club.
Who was your favourite player?
Growing up, John Barnes. When I started coming to the game, 9, 10 years of age, we signed John Barnes and Peter Beardsley. And Barnes was like yourself, a dribbler, exciting. Now, my favourite is you. It has to be you because Leo, my Leo, he's obsessed. He loves you more than me. You're the only human he loves more than me. I'm second.
Liverpool Football Club are champions of England once again.
Oh yeah. Where's the pick and mix and the popcorn there?
Nicky's idea was going to put Shrek 2 up.
Oh, that would have been classic. I love Shrek 2. Yeah. To be honest, it's lovely and comfortable here.
Yeah, and final things, one big clap, please.
It's so special to me to be able to have the liver bird on my chest, and absolutely love this club. So it's a special place, and everyone goes on about the LFC family, but it just is. It's a special club. The fans, the people, everyone in the club who works here, it's an absolute dream. So yeah, I'm just delighted to have been part of that journey.
Donna Daniels with the cross. And it's Fahy! Oh, it's a cracking strike!
You always thought of wanting to be a striker. Years later, you scored that goal for Liverpool. What was that like for you?
To be honest, I'm surprised I caught it so well. But I think it's probably one of the best goals I've ever scored. I haven't scored many, but that one in a Liverpool shirt, scoring against Everton, that was pretty sweet. Now, I must say, I'm glad they paid for the braces, to be honest.
Yeah, another massive milestone for you was becoming Liverpool captain.